Welcome, folks. Today, the topic of interest is being mindful of your attitude. Now, why I think this is so important to be mindful of your attitude is because I really do believe that the attitude a person carries has a large influence on the type of experiences that they attract in their life. Now, when we're talking about attitude, I'm talking about the emotional state of mind that you bring to your everyday life, that you bring to relationships, that you bring to your friendship groups. So for lack of a better word, some may say, being mindful of bringing the energy that you bring. So bringing good energy or bad energy. Because I really do believe that good energy attracts good quality experiences. Low level energy attracts low level experiences. Think about it this way. It's kind of like when you wake up out of bed and you're just in a bad mood. You're just thinking, you know what? I want violence. I want smoke today. When you're in a bad mood, just for no reason, you just notice that bad things happen, right? You wake up out of bed, you trip down the stairs, right? You walk outside the house, the bird poops on you. You get to your car, you realize that the tire's flat. I gotta get the bus to work, right? It begins to rain, right? You're running for the bus, then a car drives through a puddle, splashes you. You arrive late, your manager's in a bad mood. They call HR and they're like, you know what? Because you're late, we'll have a HR meeting, a whole disciplinary. All these bad things are happening. Have you noticed it just works like that? We're just a bad mood, bad things just continue to happen. What's that about? I really do believe that element of that is down to the emotional state of mind that you bring, that you're carrying. Now, the reason why I say that is because I think a lot of the time, the emotional state of your mind has a large influence on the way that you respond to reality. Because think of it this way, nobody really sees the world as it is. So you don't see objective truth. You don't see the world as it is. You don't see events as they are. You see events and you interpret the world through the lens of your mind. So through this emotional state of mind that you're in at that time. So think of it this way, two people can see exactly the same thing, experience exactly the same thing, and come out with two completely different interpretations. One person goes to a workplace and they think, this is fantastic, I love it here. Another person says, I hate it, right? Exactly the same workplace, two different environments, because they're both being seen and interpreted through different lenses, through different states of mind. There's a test that psychiatrists do, which is called a Rorschach test, or a Rorschach test, however you say it. So basically, a Rorschach test is kind of like where they show participants pictures of blobs. Basically, they're like black blobs, and they're blobs in different colors, and they're just blobs, right? And people look at the blobs, and then they tell the psychologist or the psychiatrist what they see in the blob. So people by nature like to create meaning in things. So you create stories out of things. So when you look at the blob, you just compelled, it's just natural human nature just to create something from the blob. So one person looks at the blob and they say, I see a beautiful butterfly. One person says, I see a beautiful happy family. Another person says, I see a person with an axe, right? They're all seeing different things from the blob because they're interpreting it through different states of mind. The state of mind that you're in has a large influence on the way that you interpret it. Now think of it this way. Let's say you go about your day on a day-to-day basis with disempowering emotions. You're going in a negative emotional state of mind. You're bringing bad vibrations. You're angry all the time. You're anxious all the time. You're going to be interpreting the world completely differently like interpreting events that happen to you, or events that you experience completely differently to somebody who lives in an emotional state of mind which has empowering emotions. So let me give you an example. So let's say today you're feeling just particularly anxious. You're just thinking really, really anxious today, right? Anxiety. Then your boyfriend or your girlfriend normally texts you every day at 4 o'clock, but today they don't text at 4 o'clock. Now, because you're feeling anxious, you don't consider other possibilities. You don't think maybe their phone died, maybe they're busy, maybe something happened. But because you're anxious, you interpret it as though, you know what? They don't love me. I knew it. He never wanted an interracial relationship. He's racist, right? You're upset. You're interpreting it in a way that's disempowering. You're interpreting and seeing this specific event, this objective truth, which is the person hasn't texted you back, as though they don't love me anymore. They're withdrawing their love from me. They don't care about me. Can you see that? The emotional state of mind that you're in has a large influence on the way that you're interpreting reality. It's very different. It's kind of like when you're feeling self-conscious and somebody makes a joke. When somebody makes a joke, sometimes you can think like, you know what? They're really out to get me. They're really hurting my feelings. But when you're in a good emotional state, when you're feeling positive, when you're feeling light and somebody makes a joke, you just laugh it off. You're like, ha, ha, ha. And then you give them a little bit back. That's the power of emotional states. So the idea I want to present to you is being really, really mindful of the emotional state. So really taking the time to have to really center yourself at the start of your day. So setting yourself up for success. So really taking the time to think, okay, what energy do I want to bring to my day today? right? How do I want to present myself? And then putting things in place. So one thing that you can do that will really massively help, which is something that's really easy to start off with, is starting off your day with gratitude. And gratitude doesn't take too long. It can be literally 30 seconds, a minute. But you just write down 10 things that you're grateful for, or you focus on one thing that you're grateful for, one thing that you're really grateful for. Just focusing on gratitude and doing that consistently will change the countenance, will change the energy that you carry, right? You'll come out with good energy and you'll attract more good things, right? Having the intention, okay, what else can I do? Well, another thing that you can do, which is really simple to do, is you can reflect on your victories, reflect on all the good things that are happening in your life, reflect on all the times that, you overcame your fear. Like, just taking the time out to do that has a large influence on the way that you're going to carry yourself. You're going to carry yourself with the belief, with the feeling of certainty that I can handle things, I can handle my business. And that will reflect in the way that you present yourself. That will reflect in the energy that you give off. And that will largely influence the way that you respond to your reality and the outcomes that you get. So that's how the whole thing works. So that's the idea for today. You guys take care of yourselves. Carry good energy. Be well. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.